Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here today to announce the launching of the Rising Up campaign to reduce youth homelessness here in San Francisco. As many of you know, every night there's over 1,200 young people in our city who are experiencing homelessness, and our goal is to cut that number by at least 50% in the coming years. But to do that, we need partnerships from all levels of government, from the private sector, from our nonprofit partners, and we're very excited that so many people have come together today to launch this initiative. Most importantly, for things like this to be successful, we need leadership. And we need leadership from City Hall. And I'm so grateful that our Mayor, London Breed, has taken up this cause of reducing youth homelessness, has made it one of her priorities, and it's a great honor for me to introduce to all of you our Mayor, London Breed.
Thank you all for being here today. Many of you know that before I became an elected official, I was the executive director of the African American Art and Culture Complex, where we work with so many young people. In fact, the phrase TAY, which is transitional age youth, young people between the ages of 18 and 24, came out of a lot of the work that the African American Art and Culture Complex did, along with Mo Magic and Larkin Street, and Department of Children, Youth, and Families, in order to identify ways in which we can do a better job at serving young people who, unfortunately, may not always have a support system. I remember when I was that age, struggling in college, trying to stay in college. The frustration, the expenses, how much it cost for not just the dorms, but even in a roommate situation, the food, basic needs, books and borrowing books, and just the challenges that exist sometimes for young people who sadly may not have the support they need. So I can't even imagine when many of them don't even have a place to call home. And in San Francisco, it is estimated that about 1,255 young people that are TAY youth actually live on our streets, and 49% are LGBT. We have to do a better job at addressing this issue, dealing with the challenges that exist, take real, thoughtful solutions, things that are not just for today, but are sustainable, things that are going to matter and make a difference, because what we want to do is make sure that we break the cycle of homelessness. We want to take care of this young population so that they don't continue to live in this kind of situation. And so today, we are proud to announce that the city is launching a new program that is a public-private partnership. And this is absolutely going to be incredible. It's called the Rising Up campaign, because what we want to do is we want to lift young people up. I just met with two incredible young people who are going to be speaking here today. One, Zach, who I already know, who served on the San Francisco Youth Commission, an impressive individual who's been doing great things. And Yessie, who is in college. Where is she? Right here. She's in college. And let me just put it out there. We need to keep her in college. So I'm going to be asking you all for some support to make sure that her tuition is paid so that she can finish. So, what happened to our speaker? I'll just keep going. Can you hear me? So this program, this campaign is possible because of a public-private partnership, as I said. And San Francisco is investing $6 million in this campaign. And Daniel Lurie is here from Tipping Point, and he has invested $3 million in making this possible. But we couldn't make this program work with just money. It's our nonprofit partners that help to make this program actually work effectively for young people, where the goal is to keep them housed and provide a subsidy and to make sure they get a good paying job and to make sure that we're supporting them through social services and other things to just really help them become self-sufficient. And Larkin Street Services and Sherilyn Adams have been at the forefront of helping to support young people struggling with homelessness, but especially they have done incredible work with the TAY population. And so together, we are going to make sure that this program has the support it needs so that we can end youth homelessness in San Francisco for good. And let me tell you, it does take a village. It takes a village along with the financial support and the nonprofit partners, a number of city departments, including Department of Children, Youth, and Families, Human Services Agency, the Office of Economic and Workforce Development, the Department of Public Health, and the San Francisco Unified School District. And I want to also put out there a call to the business community. We're going to still be looking for dollars to help with subsidies. We're still going to be looking for those good jobs for young people, those internship opportunities that are paid for the purposes of helping to cultivate the next generation of leaders here in San Francisco. So this is a campaign. This is a campaign to end youth homelessness, and I am looking forward to doing that with our incredible partners, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today.
Now it's my honor to introduce Daniel Lurie, the CEO of Tipping Point and one of our first donors to the private donors to the Rising Up campaign.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Mayor Breed. We commend and appreciate your resolve to address our city's homelessness crisis. We're proud to stand with the mayor and with Jeff and the city to tackle this issue together. When Tipping Point announced our $100 million commitment to cut chronic homelessness in half by 2022, we knew we would have a long road ahead. This work does not happen overnight. In order to achieve this goal, which is also the city's goal, we must do a better job of identifying and supporting vulnerable populations earlier in their lives. 50% of all chronic homeless individuals become homeless before their 25th birthday. These are our kids, the future of our city. What Tipping Point has learned over the course of 13 years is that when you support the right solutions, the right leaders, the right partnerships, great outcomes are possible. We've seen that with Larkin Street. We've been partnering with Larkin and Sherilyn for 7 years now, and they know how to get results. Over 80% of their clients have stable housing upon leaving their program. And we know that they can't do it alone, as the mayor just said. Supporting the young people living on our streets requires an all-hands-on-deck solution. This cross-sector collaboration between the city, Larkin Street, and private philanthropy is the only way we're going to see that change we all want for our community. We must all take responsibility and hold each other accountable. One of the things that we love about this program at Tipping Point is that we've established a clear metric along with the mayor, cutting homelessness for transition-aged youth by 2023. But even with the right metrics, the right partners, and the right leaders, you need the right strategy. That's what I love about Rising Up. It not only provides a housing subsidy, but also built in for finding and keeping that housing, for continuing education, and for securing a job. These are the critical things that we all needed when we were young, and that's what today is all about. It's about giving young people like Zach and Yessie, an opportunity to change the course of their lives. This time in a young person's life should be about finding one's self, not finding a home. So thank you, Mayor Breed. We're incredibly honored to be partnering with you on this.
Right now, it's my pleasure to introduce the director of one of our critical partners around addressing transition age youth homelessness, Sherilyn Adams, the director of Larkin Street.
Good morning, everybody. This is such a monumentous day, and I am just so incredibly honored that the mayor has announced this, that the mayor is supporting this, and that your leadership is bringing this to happen. This is huge. And Jeff, your leadership has been amazing. We have been fighting for a long time for youth homelessness to be at the forefront of the conversation, or a part of the conversation about homelessness. We have worked with Daniel on this as a partner, and many of you in this room have worked hard to make that happen. So this day, about this campaign, about bringing together the city departments, a number of nonprofits, and philanthropy to be able to significantly reduce the numbers of young people that are sleeping on our streets is huge. We are beyond excited to be sort of the anchor institution or the hub for this project. We will not do this alone. There are so many partners in this room, from 3rd Street Youth Center and Clinic to YCD to the center. I think Lyric's probably in the house, right? Like it's gonna take all of us, young community to, I already said you guys, I got you twice. New Door Ventures, so many of us that have been working so hard to be able to make sure that, as the mayor said, that we know what TAY are. That's a group of young people who, if we do not intervene, who are experiencing homelessness, will be the folks who are on our streets for a long, long time in our chronic adult population, that they need housing, and they need jobs, and they need education, and they need case managers to care about them, and they need everybody in the community to see them. And so by launching this today, we say we see you, we're going to help you, and we're going to make sure that it is unacceptable to have young people sleeping on our streets in this city ever again. So thank you.
One of the most important partner in the Rising Up campaign are going to be young people themselves who are experiencing homelessness or struggling with housing instability, looking for pathways towards self-sufficiency. So we're very lucky and honored today to have Yessie, who's a Larkin Street client, to share some of her thoughts with us. Yessie.
Hello. I'm a little nervous. Please be patient with me. My name is Yessie, and I'm 22 years old. I'm from Ethiopia, and my family experienced poverty. Because of that, I came here to get an education and better life. In Ethiopia, most women are not able to go to school. There's sexism and homophobia. A lot of people are very closed-minded. Conversation about sexuality and mental health are considered taboo. I thought living in America, everything would be magical and perfect, but it was not. At home, I didn't have to deal with racism, especially I didn't have to worry about being homeless. When I came to America, I experienced so much, including homelessness and racism. I was adopted by a family here in the Bay Area, and I got kicked out. I didn't know where to go. I was lost and confused because I didn't know anyone. A friend recommended I go to Larkin Street, where I got a bed and I got a case manager. That was 1.5 years ago. Since then, I got housing, and I joined Larkin Street Youth Advisory Board to help bring youth's voice to the table. Also, Larkin Street helped me prepare for college and navigate the system. Because of my mental health, Larkin Street is patient with me. They're very assuring, and that makes me feel comfortable enough to ask for help when I need it. I'm a sophomore in college now. I want to get my bachelor's degree, and with Larkin Street support, I will continue to achieve my goals. Yeah. When I finish school, I want to get a good job and help my family back home. I want to bring back what I learned in America about LGBTQ issues, mental health, gender, and sexuality. In Ethiopia, the media gives you a false perception of America. America is not perfect. Nothing is handed to you. Thank you all for being here and for fighting for more resources to help young people. I know that this campaign will help many more young people like me, and if I can do it, they can too. Thank you.
Thank you, Yessie. And now we're going to hear a few words from our friend and colleague, Zach.
Good morning. My name is Zach Furnett, and for the next 45 days, I will be a current Larkin Street client. I say this because it's been over 2 years that I've been involved in the programming here, and as I'm beginning to age out, there's been a lot of reflection on growth, on what's succeeded, on what hasn't. I'd like to begin today just by thanking everyone for being here, for thanking the leadership of our civic leaders, Mayor Breed, who's someone who has known me and supported me for over 2 years, someone who gave me a shot before I had earned it. And I think that's what we're here to talk about. So often, the young people who end up experiencing homelessness on our streets, really all they need is that shot, that chance, that opportunity, that moment. And for me, that moment has happened, and it's happened through the support of the city. It's happened through the support of this phenomenal organization. I can't say enough good things about Sherilyn and her leadership over many, many years on issues of homelessness. And it happens with the support of our peers. You know, some of the strongest bonds and relationships and community that I've built in the past 2 years have stemmed out of this organization, both from the support of some of their phenomenal staff. My case manager, Keisha, I'm going to put you on blast. Everyone give Keisha a round of applause. And last, but certainly not least, the incredible individuals who walk through these doors. Yessie is someone I've known for over 2 years. We've been partners in our work on the Youth Advisory Board. I've watched her growth just as she's watched mine. And for the better part of 18 months, next door neighbors as well. And that's really what we're trying to build out here. I think we all know the stats. We see it every day. We know that there's one young person on the street is far too many. I'm not going to bore you to death with the numbers. Most of us in this room know what they are. We need more resources. And I also just want to wrap up by thanking everyone here, and especially the partners in the Rising Up campaign. Ending youth homelessness is something that we can do, but it will take all of us. So, thank you all for being here.
Thank you very much, Zach, and thanks all of you for being here today. We now have to begin the hard work of helping prevent homelessness for 500 youth and helping 500 youth who are currently struggling with homelessness find housing and to find jobs. And to do that, we're going to need all your help. So before we close it out, I just want to make a call to the community. We are currently looking for 500 jobs for young people. So we currently have our friends from the Golden Gate Restaurant Association is here, from the Hotel Council. They have committed to helping us find job opportunities for young people in the hospitality sector. Our friends from Rediff are here. The folks from Rediff are here to help get folks into jobs in the in social enterprises. We have a lot of support from our friends at Tipping Point, providing financial assistance, but we are also, if you have an employer or work for a foundation and are interested in contributing, we would greatly appreciate that. I want to just give a shout out to, we have some private citizens, volunteers here, Brenda and Miriam. We also have Rabbi Ryan Bauer from Congregation Emmanuel, who are all volunteering to help with the fundraising efforts. We really appreciate you, and we'll appreciate all of your help in helping us raise the funds we need to do this. And lastly, if you own an apartment, or you know somebody who owns an apartment or work for a real estate company, we need housing for these young folks. They'll pay their rent. We're going to help them pay their rent. We're going to help them be responsible and good tenants. So if you or anybody that you know can provide us assistance finding housing in San Francisco and giving young people a chance, we would love to hear from you. So we need jobs, we need funding, we need housing. We're looking to all of you for assistance, and we're looking to all of our nonprofit and city partners and all of the young people who we're working with to make this program work. So thank you all very much for being here today. We really appreciate your support, and we look forward to reporting back to you in just a couple of months when we start placing our first folks into housing. Thank you.